It's actually such a ridiculously nice day that I'm finding it hard to get anything done apart from sit here and just observe, quite frankly, and drink lots of coffee. I'm going to have quite a short visit here today because that coffee is running out quick. But wow, what a day. So I'm just sitting here on top of my bay, watching the clouds roll away. And why not? Quick short bow update. It was meant to be a long bow, but lots of things have happened over the last few months with this piece of wood, quite frankly, and now I'm not even sure what it is. It seems to be slightly recurve, if anything. Also that it's got a couple of knots in it, like very quite prominent knots right in the middle, and ash is prone to splitting, and I'm hoping that that isn't the start of a split. So it's not looking good for my first attempt, but that said, I can feel this bend on this. It's quite wide and it needs a lot of shaping still yet. The slopes would be in this way, still needs shaping, and so it'd be held this way because of the angle on that. It'd be held this way. So slightly recurve. Lots of problems, but what do you expect? First effort. Not really many tools. It's all pretty much been done from one big lump of ash. And this, really, it's took a while to get it down to this size, that's for sure. A few months of casual progress. But yeah, just needs a bit more shape. I have unfortunately laid the gauntlet down with a friend who is currently making ash bow as well, and he is way ahead of me with his, and it's actually looking quite good. I said we'd have a little competition, just a friendly thing, just to see how far we could fire an arrow. Winner gets nothing at all, quite frankly, but bragging rights, I guess. So whilst he has a very nice shapely bow that is very well made, I thought maybe I could make some arrows that just fly like the wind and maybe get him on that side of things. But I doubt it. He works with wood a lot more than I do. So I'm very much the underdog in this little competition of ours to see how far we can fire an arrow. It's just for fun. But yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'm gonna give this up. It's been really handy through the cold winter months. My old Roman style oil lamp. The only reason I'm giving it up is it's getting a bit thin across here, I've noticed. I don't know if you can hear this, but that sounds very thin to me, and I'm thinking this is going to fall to pieces because it was never treated with anything other than lard. So that's a shame, but that said, I will make another one and try and get some kind of glaze a little bit better than lard. but it is dangerous, so it shall be destroyed. Yeah. But I will revisit this. Maybe not with this piece of clay. And make a better one, hopefully. Although that has served its purpose. I was very pleased with that experiment. This, however, is all shiny because it's got a glaze. And in there you can put enough oil for a good 3 or 4 hours if you stifle the flame a little bit by pulling this down. It's recommended you have about 1/4 of an inch. And I've got this citronella scented lamp oil. And it's about as good as it gets, I think, really. If you're producing smoke, which I am a little bit, it's because you've got the wick a little bit too high up, possibly. There are other possibilities. When in the wind it gets a little bit of smoke, but that is fine. And now that oil won't leak through because it's got a glaze on it. So let's go for a wander. Hopefully I've got enough battery, not entirely sure, just to see what we can find. And straight away we have come across, for all of the life of me, I can only think is a currant. These leaves are very currant. There is currants that grow wild, obviously, and maybe this is some form of wild currant, maybe a red, or maybe even black, who knows. We'll keep an eye on it because I'm not entirely sure what it is. I thought we'd have a quick look at what I call mother hazel, because I took the cuttings from it and I've kind of been looking after it for a few years now. It's very much my handiwork that I think has kept this one going for such a long time, and hopefully will for many years. There's a lot of debris on the floor at the moment, a lot of dead wood. I'll try to walk as quietly as possible. Down here I think what these are, may be wrong, but maybe bluebells are going to pop up there. And here we have, it's called an alkanet. It loves damp conditions, which is very much what we are in here. They'll often pop up. You will see this in your garden sometimes, just growing wild. It does produce a flower. We're not nowhere near there yet. And you can take cuttings from these things, but in a different fashion to wood cuttings. These ones you would cut just above a node at an angle, and then place in water and put on the windowsill, and that should actually produce roots. Might need a little bit of attention. I've never actually tried it, but I believe that's possible with that. Right next to it, which is very prolific around here, some tutson. Shown you this many times before, but only because there's so much of it here really. But still holding on to its old fruits, which you should not eat. So we'll continue. We haven't even got to the mother yet. The more you look, the more you see. So we've arrived at Mother. Very healthy hazel tree. It's finished with all of its catkin nonsense. There is a little bit of leaves starting to show, mainly up the top there. But you don't need to go up there because we've got this little one here which is a survivor. It started its growth right at the beginning of winter, this leaf, and it managed to make it through, and in the process it's actually managed to give it a head start in life. You can see the red new growth. These things grow very fast. That is probably just today's growth on that red part of that. So massive growth, which is one of the reasons I like these things. They don't live for long on the whole, maybe 30 years if you look after it a bit, but yeah, if you can take cuttings from it effectively, it will live on and on. Beautiful. So again, we're all surrounded here at the moment with these bluebirds. It's just little bits of colour starting to pop out amongst the brown, isn't there? Primarily green, but yellow seems very popular to start things off. Now and again you'll catch a shade of blue from something like a crocus, purpley blue. Yeah, again that looks like comfrey to me. It's got a lot of goodness in its everything, really. Compostable. Rapidly approaching one of my favourite areas. We'll keep the camera rolling because you never know what is going to be around. I just witnessed a deer, quite large, female I believe, although I'm going to have to check the footage out. I managed to zoom in on its head, so we'll be able to check him out. Or her, but quite young and quite dark furred, like I've seen a few creatures in this woods tend to be. Beautiful silver birch example. Got a good age on that.